The mansion has been here about 150 years. It's a very casual place, and the type of dining, tapas style, is without a doubt the best way to dine. All the portions are a little bit smaller, so it gives you the opportunity to try so many different things on the menu. And the sangria is phenomenal. Our house martinis are amazing. And the ambiance, please. Like, have you been in a more beautiful building in your life? We have 9 separate dining rooms that are all named after different wine regions in Spain. Everything is imported, everything. Every plate hanging on the wall, every picture, painting, everything is imported directly from Spain. There's no real rules in tapas style dining. Well, you don't sit down at the table and order your whole dinner. You know, let's try 3 of these and 2 of those and 1 of those, and you just order until you're getting full, and then you think 1 more.
So Greg, you say that the Spanish tapas and the beauty of Meson Sabika just can't be beat. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, we actually, my wife and I had our rehearsal dinner there, and that was the first time we'd ever been there, and it was just wonderful. They had an authentic Spanish dancer there, and that was where we at first had sampled the food there, and we just fell in love with it because it just felt authentic, and I kind of like, you know, a little bit of history to wherever I go, and I love to learn about history. And this is the kind of place that really adds authenticity, and also just being in an environment where you're going to get engrossed in the Spanish culture, and particularly in tapas.
Wow, I think that the Meson Sabika is great for doing a private party or a wedding rehearsal. It is a beautiful, especially in the summertime, it looks like they have a beautiful kind of veranda almost, you know, with bricks and everything. But I ordered the bacon wrapped dates, because those are my favorite.
Yes.
Those little guys, I could eat them every day. I do. No,
Everything's good with bacon.
It is. Bacon makes the world go round.
Bacon makes it better.
And so basically, I had my favorites: the bacon wrapped dates, the spicy tomato sauce with the goat cheese, all right, and then some beef tenderloin with the horsey sauce, the horseradish. And those are pretty simple tapas that I get everywhere I go. And I think it's pretty much the staple. And I was pretty disappointed in all 3 of those.
I'm going to stop you guys right there. I can't believe nobody's brought up the garlic potato salad. To me, I can make a meal out of the garlic potato salad.
Really? That's what you judge it on?
To me, it's their signature dish, in my opinion.
Really?
But it is fantastic. The bacon wrapped dates are fantastic. In my opinion, they were. And the baked goat cheese, to me, is just the 3 dishes I have to absolutely order.
And I can judge a restaurant pretty much. A tapas restaurant that's claiming to be this great place.
I think before we begin this discussion, no, we have to talk about the tradition of tapas.
Okay.
Tapas is little plates, and so it's a great idea for those. It's a little plates of bite-sized, almost like hors d'oeuvres. They're Spanish hors d'oeuvres.
Right.
And so the history of tapas, you would go in Spain from bar to bar to bar, and you would just have something to eat. And traditionally with tapas, you would have fino sherry. So there's just this nice way to sample different types of items on the menu. So if you're very indecisive, it's a great way to eat because you're not stuck with one entree.
Absolutely. A little bit of something for everybody. Definitely. But I think at the Meson Sabika, they should scale down their menu just a little bit and focus on those few tapas and make them excellent. Instead of being mediocre across the board.
So you thought it was mediocre?
I thought it was mediocre. I feel that, like, you know, the cooks are in the kitchen, they have to be there anyways cooking, so you know what, put a little love into it. Yeah, I could just tell that it was just thrown together.
Come on, guys, don't just nod here. What's, is there something like...
She's very vocal.
No, I mean, Adam, tell us about the environment. Great.
I tend to always compare tapas at other restaurants, especially in their city, to Emilio's. I just think, in my opinion, they are the benchmark in my mind, but I also love the charm of it being the older mansion.
Tell us about the mansion.
The mansion itself, you just walk in and it's like being in Gone with the Wind or something.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just this
absolutely.
beautiful white mansion, very ornate. It's separated into separate rooms. You forget that you're in Naperville, and it's pushed back a little bit from the highway. But once again, you feel like you're in another world.
I just want to point out this is my restaurant, you know, but you did a better job of describing it.
I do like it.
It is wonderful. I do have to disagree as well, in a friendly way, of course. But I do go for the food. not just
Well, what
the
do you
events.
eat when you go there,
Well,
Greg?
I've had the potato salad. You always often start with that. Now, this last time I did not. I tried to do something totally different because they do have specials. This is actually, I should point out, we had gotten some free tapas because we had a little bit of a wait. Because I went a Saturday, and it is
Did you have
very
reservations?
popular. Yes, we did. And we waited an hour. And that was hard to get me from where I was like, this is my restaurant. You're not supposed to treat me bad, you know. And they treated me very nicely, and the food is what got me back into a good mood.
All right.
So.
Or we also have one of the best sherry flights we've seen here in Naperville yet. Lets you try one of each of the 4 different types of sherries that Spain produces. It's a great way to try some sherries tonight.
Now, as a sommelier, I would normally recommend, like I said earlier, Fino sherry, which is delicious with tapas. Dry Fino sherry. It's not the sweet style. But, Colleen, what do you normally have to drink with tapas?
Sangria.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Ding.
Absolutely.
And Adam, did you enjoy the sangria? I know you're a huge sangria fan.
I love sangria. I love the little porcelain carafes that arrive at the table. They're misleading. They look small. You're like, that's all we get. But
No, it
after a couple of those, the food is really good. Very good.
Well, Greg, this was your selection. Give us a quick take on Meson Sabika.
Well, I think just the pure enjoyment of service and food, everything together, I think that's the place to go.
Colleen?
I'm sure that if I had been there for a large function, a wedding, a rehearsal dinner, something like that, I think it would be fine. But just sitting in the room with one other person, I just felt it was a bit cramped, and the food wouldn't bring me back.
I would recommend it as far as tapas, especially in the suburbs. Do not miss the potato salad, the sangria. You can make a meal with those 2 items alone. But overall, I think it's outstanding.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can check out the mansion and the munchies at Meson Sabika, 1025 Aurora Avenue in Naperville, 630-983-3000. They're open for dinner every night and lunch Monday through Friday with a brunch on Sundays. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is $30.